again. It's that time again. That time again. Falcon fans, come on in. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. So you already know it's time for the two guys. Whether you're from in the house, no matter if you're in your apartment, you're in traffic, whatever. Just as long as you have hear the sound of our voices, man, you know that it is Tuesday night, and it's time to get into the preview. Quick turnaround. Getting into the preview, the Dolphins are coming into town, and it's time to get this get back, bounce back, treat this as a get right game because the Falcons are 3-3, and we got to get better than that. So it's an epidemic right now, and it's perfect because I got E-Man, aka Atlanta Falcons Fandemic, joining us tonight, and we're going to get into this preview. But before we do, fellas, how y'all feeling? Chat, what it do?
Hey man, I'm feeling lovely as always, man. You know me. Once I get my frustrations out on camera, I'm straight after that. Cause one thing about me and one thing about football, they don't care what we think. We just giving our opinion and we just getting our feeling. But at the end of the day, that they just soon go away. So it is what it is, man. But now, man, after the week 7 loss, it's time to get back on track. Time to prepare, and and time to get back and talking dirty birds because that's what we do best. But like I said, man, we want to welcome Man to the show. Going to introduce yourself for people that don't know you.
Yeah, what's going on, fellas? Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, chat? Y'all know how I do it. As long as I wake up on 2 feet, I'm good. So, we
facts.
got to deal with this loss. We gotta, yeah. But like you said, we got to go get this get back game with Miami Dolphins. It's going to truly tell where we at and what we need to do going forward. So let's get into it.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm. You guys had some news happen today, though, didn't we, fellas?
Man, it's always news, man. Look, it's good news, bad news, it's just news. But if y'all been living under a bus, man, y'all already know what the deal is. And I told y'all this was coming, man, because one thing about history, it found a way to repeat itself. All you got to do is pay attention. Look, I told y'all Saturday, when he got sent home, and it might have been Friday or Saturday when I did that live. I don't remember. But I did tell y'all, and I actually told y'all that the week of the Buffalo game when he got, in trouble. And from what I was hearing, that it was gonna be rough. And he got released just like I said, because what did they do with Young Way Cool when they sent him home? He got released a couple of days after. And to me, I know I've been seeing fans say, well, it wasn't a big loss, he wasn't much of a help. But you got to look back at what he did last year. He overachieved last year. And this is where the frustration coming from that people don't understand. When somebody fire your coach that you feel like puts you in a good space to turn your career around, and then all of a sudden you see that coach be a scapegoat for what's going on your team, and look at it. Just look. Yeah. He got to be the scapegoat, but TJ Yates took over the wide receivers. Are they still getting open? Nope. Are they still making a difference in the game? Nope. So you tell me who the problem is. See, this is going to be the problem till the right scapegoat get fired. And I said it. And that's just the way it's going to be. You can challenge me on that all you want to. But until you cut the head off the snake to kill the monster and the elephant in the room, it's going to keep being the same old thing. Why? And I say it 1,000 times. You got to learn to be uncomfortable to get ahead. That's with everything. That's in life. God make you uncomfortable to make you stronger, to push you forward. So how you think you're going to feel about the Falcons? It's the same old thing. But I'm just saying. Take it away.
No, I'm just saying, just adding to it, man. Again, we knew it. Like, I felt like the party wasn't a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Week before a big game, probably like one of the measuring sticks on the schedule when you look at it, just the pedigree, how everyone looks at the Buffalo Bills. So you're having a party. I just didn't think it was a good look. I didn't think it was a good idea. And you saw, because he didn't play. He was on the sidelines, but he didn't play, and then he got sent home. It's never a good thing when you get sent home. And we did talk about it on our live when we talked about what's going on with Ray McLeod and everything. It's just a series of unfortunate events. You hate that it happened. Yes, he had his production last year, but guys, it is a what have you done for me lately? And you think about it, we had to let go of Young Wei Koo, who was, in the same situation of what have you done right now? You're not being able to be productive. So so for Ray, it's like you're not being productive, you're throwing a party, you're causing unnecessary attention. What do you think is kind of going to happen? And for Raheem, he has to look at it as a head coach. Think about it from his point of view. He has to look at it like, I got to do something, because at the end of the day, like I can't have this being like a laughing stock. This is unnecessary distraction, something that didn't have to necessarily happen right now. Right. So causing unnecessary distractions, you got to take action as a head coach. That just is what it is.
Yeah, and it's as within the business too, right? You mean nobody knows what happened prior to even to that party. He could have been warned, hey, don't have the party. He could have been warned, like, do it another day. And he probably said some words back that probably stepped on some toes, But the fact is, he had the party anyway, and everybody knows how vital Ray McCloud was to the team. He's a versatile player, dual threat that we definitely need him on special teams. But and he's very important to the team, and also on third down. So it was a loss, but I'm pretty. It's a tough loss for us. So Raheem Morris had to make the decision. And it's one of the things you hate to make it. But when it affects the team and it hits social media like that, I mean, somebody has to point the finger. I mean, somebody has to make a decision on whether or not to go. Yeah. So, I mean, it didn't affect his performance, but at the same time, it was detrimental to showing a rebellion to the team, and not to the team, but to the coaching staff or to whoever told him not to have the party. It was just a bad look altogether. It shows your lack of preparation, whether your focus was on that party or whether it's on the game. And who knows? He might have missed a practice or two or was late to a couple of practices. So it was probably just a bowling ball effect and not just one thing, but a culmination of a couple things. But I hate to see him go because we definitely needed him.
Well, I mean, hey, you look at it like this, you have Ray McCloud. That is some speed. The Falcons do need speed. So, and you have depth at wide receiver, so you hate to lose that depth more than anything, and more than anything, you hate that distraction. That's what you hate more than anything else. So, like I said, it's just a series of unfortunate events, bad decisions, just coming back to haunt not only the players and the individuals, but the whole entire team. So, I mean, wishing Ray McCloud, the best of luck, but at the end of the day, we as fans and as since just content creators all the way around, we got to focus on what we have in front of us, and that is the Miami Dolphins, especially after the 49ers versus Falcons game. Of course, we failed 20-10, but key things, of course, Michael Penix Jr. with the bone bruise, and also let's not forget about Divine Diablo with the fractured forearm, and we talked about that on the post game. That's exactly what it was, and of course, it was to come out, so now that, yes, it's a fracture in his forearm, and he's week to week, and Michael Penix is day to day. So we're going to see exactly how that progresses throughout the week, more so for Penix than Diablo. I don't necessarily expect Diablo to play this week, and hopefully the Falcons can still be able to take care of the Dolphins, so without him, because we know that he was a big loss when he went out on Sunday, because it was just a huge drop off, and it was so noticeable. So we're just gonna say that.
But Chris, let me tell you this, man. Let me tell you this. They don't give you all the medical report, because trust me, I'm a brother. I had a Liz Frank fracture in my foot, and they said it wasn't gonna take long to heal. It ended up being 2 months.
Yeah.
And 2 months is not a long time, in real time. But in football time, that equates to what, 8 or 9 games. So I told y'all on the post game it's gonna be 4 to 6 weeks, and I'm gonna stick by that. They're not gonna tell y'all that because they don't want y'all to get worried. And since we got
maybe back with a cast though. He may be back.
But that's what I said that on the show. Remember, I said he could come back with a cast, but he'll be one arm. But I guess some better than nothing, because let's be real, JD Bertrand got out there. He can't cover. He a downhill guy. Yeah. Then you look at Caden Ellis. They had to switch him back and forth. Why? Because Jalen Walker wasn't playing. Caden Ellis had double duty, and it wore him out at the end of the game. So
what I'm telling you too.
Okay, go ahead.
I did not know how small that guy was. I thought he was bigger than that. I thought he
Who
was
that?
at least 240. Bertrand.
Oh
JD
no,
Bertrand.
No.
Yeah.
He about 220,
Jeez.
225.
Look,
Yeah, he's
when
small.
they
then on top of that,
yeah.
think about it. He hasn't played a lick of football at all. Maybe like one down prior to being thrust in there like that in the in-game situation. So but it did look bad because it looked like he didn't play the snap. Be like at all football, because it just looked bad, man, and it was a huge drop off. They started attacking exactly wherever he was at, and so missing the wrong gaps, shooting the wrong gaps, and just being mismanaged on the assignments, mismanagement, man. But also another thing that Falcons was missed tackles too. We missed quite a few tackles in this game. So
he made one tackle though. He tackled his own man. He made one.
Oh man, come on now.
I don't know. He made
I know
at least one. But
and,
I don't know. He didn't know who leg he had, but
the reason why I say he too small, when he run down here, he don't know how to shed blocks good enough yet to even be getting caught up in tackles. So that's why after we do this show, man, I got to give y'all a guy that I looked up and I did a little research on that I think can come in and help right away. And it won't cost a lot of money, but y'all know I like to bargain shop. But JD Bertrand at best is to me, he at best is a special teams guy. Now we do have Josh Woods on the roster, so I can see Josh Woods coming in and play against Miami.
I mean, my thing is he had such a great preseason. Josh Woods did. I know on the first day me and Smitty was there, we seen him running and flying around the field. So we saw it was like, hey man, this guy seems like he's hungry and he wants to make this roster, and he did. Now he's not as fast as Diablo, and I know so doesn't have that length, like as Diablo has, but that guy plays hard, and I believe that if he does get put out there in a situation, I don't think it'll be like the huge drop off that you've seen. It's going to be effort there, and I think he's ready to get after it. So you may see some Josh Woods, which would be a bad thing.
I can see it. And Solomon, to answer your question, man, thank you for tuning in last night.
Thank you,
join the live stream Sunday. I mean,
what's going on, Solomon?
Look, I'm telling you, Jalen Walker is built for this. Jalen Walker can play off. He's an off-ball linebacker, so he can play inside. He can play outside. He can cover. He can spot. So he's a Swiss Army knife that you need at this point. And I know that groin injury gonna be nagging. Don't get me wrong, because like I said, a groin is just as bad as a hamstring, and could be a little bit worse depending on how severe you pull it. So look, I'm telling you, and Marcellus Wiley told everybody this. He tore his hamstring off the bone, and that was the most painful thing he ever felt. So just imagine if he have I would say a grade 3 tear, that's damn near off the bone. So if it's just a grade 1 strain, maybe he can fight through it. But Jalen Walker, man, he's going to be so key this game, because when you look at Miami, they have a running back named Kane, I think his name. He's one of the fastest guys in it. Yeah, A-Chain. He's one of the fastest running backs in the league, and I think Jalen Walker is going to be the only one that can keep up with him. So I mean, he's going to be key, especially with
Devon. What do you think about sitting Jalen out one more game, though?
Josh Woods.
One more.
Josh Woods.
After all, I mean, Miami is not. I'm not gonna say Miami is not capable of beating us, but I mean, we can afford to sit him out. I know we want to, compensate for Bertrand because he's going to come in and start. Maybe, hope not, but if we can, I would like to see Jalen. I don't want to put too much on him, because if it's nagging, because this.
It's going to be like that the rest of the season. That's going to be something the rest of the season.
Make it worse than what it is.
Yeah. I get it.
You do have the option of putting DeMarco Helms at linebacker as well. You do have that option.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how
I don't see that.
Feel about that, but I'm just saying, like, as far as like a rotation, I ain't saying like having him necessarily having to start there and stay there, but dropping him down in the box, I can see that more often. I can definitely see it, having him in the middle of the field a little bit. But Smitty, I feel you though. I understand. I don't necessarily like the idea, but right now, we got to kind of roll with what we got right now. So guys,
that's why I said you roll with Josh Woods. I mean, Josh Woods.
For sure.
Yeah, so you got to roll with it. And
but Josh Wood's not gonna play every down. That's my point. So it's just like
true.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like you're
But
gonna have
then
at
some point you will have 3 safeties on the field. And
Yeah.
if Billy Bowman
Yeah.
comes back, that's 4 safeties on the field. So
Yeah.
but look, man,
Yeah.
Troy Anderson, I think Troy Anderson got 1 foot into retirement, man. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Look, I
Yeah.
mean, it just
I was
doesn't look
surprised he
good,
came
man.
back myself.
Now, if he comes back, all good, but I just still think the same
Well-
problem just gonna keep going on and on. Because one
Well,
thing about the shoulder that
Right.
I've talked to athletes about, is shoulders can be, career ending. They might start off one way, but they get re-injured in another way, never the same.
Well, you
And-
seen Derek Carr had to retire from degeneration in his shoulder. That's the reason why he had to set it
Yeah.
down.
But now he's trying to come back.
Hey man, hey,
Snowman, what's good?
I can't speak on that. All I know is the Falcons, so they have an opportunity to turn it around regardless. Well,
Yeah.
hey, you talk about A-Chain and everything, so we might as well just go ahead and get into the preview.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And D'Angelo Malone, he can't play middle linebacker. He was an off-ball linebacker in Western Kentucky as well.
I expect to see Malone as well.
Yeah, I expect to see whatever they throw out there, to be honest. Let's get into one more topic, then we'll get into the game. Right quick. Why are y'all upset with Michael Penix? Let me know, because it's been in my comment box under my YouTube channel for the last 2 days. And even when I put up that video today, people saying, Penix not that guy. Well, how can you say that just after 9 games? How can you say that after 9 games? How can you say that after in-depth coaching? How can you say that when Zach Roberts making more mistakes than the quarterback? How can you say that when Raheem Morris not keeping an eye on what's going on the field and his film room?
Yeah. Yeah.
Make it make sense. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, if anybody watched the game, if they truly watched the game, and we're gonna get into that in here in just a second, but if anybody truly watched the game, they saw the duress that Penix was under, right? And a lot of times it's up to that offensive coordinator to recognize where that pressure is coming from, because the quarterback is not going to see it all, right? Because he has to concentrate on the play as well. So it's up to Zach Roberts to recognize where that pressure is coming from. And for us, it was coming from one guy. And the thing is, there's a thing called scheme blocking, right? Once you realize where that pressure comes, it's up to that offensive coordinator to make the adjustment. Yeah. I mean, Penix is what it is. Not, like Smitty said, he's 9 games in, and he gonna make mistakes, and you got to be in an ideal situation to come in and take over a team like the Falcons and actually take off, and make a difference that that everybody's looking for. But because Penix had to come in and actually learn this offense under a new offensive coordinator and with a whole new different line, it's gonna be a challenge, right? But like Smitty said, Zach Robinson has to be that guy to make the difference and make these calls that that actually help Penix and not put him in these situations.
Facts. Chris,
before
we get started, you got something to say?
I mean, I just don't understand it. I know I was speaking on something earlier. I know it was a post with a couple guys that was going at it. I know 929 was talking about it, but overall, I just feel like you have a second-year coordinator who's still learning his way. It's going to be bumps and bruises with him. Again, so that's going back to the head coach, but that's neither here or there. Regardless, we are here with Zach Robinson, second-year coordinator. You have a second-year quarterback who's essentially in his rookie season, only played 9 games. And 9 games, I just feel like is not enough data to make a determination on whether Michael Penix is that guy or not. I feel like, honestly, right now, we should look more so at the coaching are they making the right adjustments? Is situational play calling being executed properly? Every situation is all the way down to timeouts. I hate that we were still talking about that. And just, being able to manage the game well. Just those are things that are more important, I feel like, than Michael Penix, when he goes through this. Michael Penix perfect? No. Does he make, some bad throws, or do he miss them throws? Does he go through all his progressions the correct way all the time? No, he does not. Right. But at the same time, Michael Penix has shown you guys so much in a short amount of time that he can be that guy. At the end of the day, The coordinator just needs to make sure the offense is consistent, and the protection has got to be there too. That fourth quarter, especially toward the end, the last 5 minutes was tough to watch on offense because we could not block Bryce Huff. He was coming through. He was shedding blocks. He was shedding chip blocks, and he was getting to Michael Penix. Then you also have Bethune, who was coming through the middle as well. He got to Michael Penix crawling to him, and Michael Penix got hit low a couple of times. So at the end of the day, it was everybody really shares effort in this loss as far as on the offense. It's the offensive coordinator, the offensive line, the quarterback, the wide receivers, like everybody, you know, it really has a hand in that as far as the offensive struggles in this particular game.
Yeah. One thing to note too, I see a lot of people calling out for Michael Penix to be benched too. The only way, and this is just my opinion too, the only way I sit Michael Penix at any point is if he physically cannot go. Otherwise, he stays in to the end. And you can't point the fingers at both the offensive coordinator and the quarterback. It's either or, you know. But like I said, and calling for Kirk Cousins at this point is I mean, that's a nil point. That shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. Michael Penix, the only way he comes out is that he physically cannot go. Something got to be broke. Right. Something got to be where he cannot go.
Emmanuel, I said that at the beginning of the season. And as I said at the beginning of the season, you made your bid when you signed Kirk Cousins to that contract. He had his chance. He failed, and now you got to put pennies in. It ain't no going back. If he takes his lumps last year, we might be a little bit ahead of the curve this year. But with the way Zach Robinson is coaching, like I told y'all, Kirk Cousins was the coach last year. He was the offensive coordinator, the veteran quarterback that seen what was on the field. That's why Kirk Cousins, that's why Zach Robinson got through that first season. So now that he has to go with a young guy that he has to teach and learn at the same time. Now you seeing the inept, play calling, you seeing the mix up, you seeing, just a lot of stuff. So it's more Zach Robinson than anything. But let's get into the Falcons offense against the Falcons. I'm sorry, the Falcons offense against the Dolphins defense. And this is going to be one of the good ones, man, because this is a game that the Falcons offense should be able to pick things up, get their momentum going, because the Dolphins are very bad on defense, especially against the run. 159 yards a game, 29th in the league. And the Falcons average 136 yards. That's going to be one of my keys to the game, just running the football. It's just going to be that. Because if you can't get Michael Penix going in a game like this, you definitely got a problem.
Yeah. Right.
Let me know what y'all think. Offense against the Dolphins defense. Go ahead.
Well, sure. I was about to say they also the Dolphins defense, they give up about 220 passing yards too. So you can really have an option to really run the ball, which I think we should always start with first. That run defense is vulnerable. The defense of the Dolphins, they allow chunk runs and big gains, and we've seen Bijan Robinson get loose a couple of times. This could be another time at home where Bijan gets loose, and that defense that lacks consistency. Some big breakups and alignments. So again. They give up so much through the air. You can really throw it through the air as well once you get that run game established. The Dolphins defense, I'm not saying to sleep on them or anything, because we know we've done that mistake once or twice already this year. So let's not sleep on the Dolphins at all. But that Dolphins defense, the Falcons can definitely attack with all these weapons. You got Mooney back, Kyle Pitts, needs to be more involved. You got Drake London. Now the Dolphins defense does have speed. But at the same time, one way to counter that speed, you're going to have to use what we have, the size that we have. So the Drake Londons again and the Kyle Pitts. You're going to have to roll with these guys, man. And then, of course, you got Bijan and Tyler. I think, you pound the ball, against this defense, you're going to get big chucks. Keep on hitting them. And then eventually the crack is going to turn into a big opening. And I believe you're off to the races.
Yeah, and then they have a linebacker. He had. Hold on, man. They have a running back in Jordan Brooks. He had 75 tackles. 75 tackles already in 7 games. That's 10 tackles a game. Yeah. That's too much for any player. Normally you see 75 tackle through 12, 13, about 12 game mark, but 75 already. No, you got to attack this defense,
crazy.
and running is going to do that. And that lets me know that they struggle against the run. 363 yards a game given up on defense. That's damn near playing flag football. Let's keep it real. Go ahead, man. My bad.
But you're exactly right. But Chris, you hit it right on the head. What we did against Buffalo, we need to mimic that against the Dolphins. And one thing about the Dolphins, if anything, if they just want to change anything, one thing they're going to do, they're going to come in with all kind of energy because they know that they can probably play with the Falcons at this point. One, we're down on ourselves because we don't lost the game that we should have won or played better in. So they're going to come back. They made some changes. We don't want to come in there like we did Carolina and underestimate what the Dolphins can't do and what they aren't able to do. But like you said, on offense, we need to get that run game established like we did at Buffalo and ease the passing game in. And we definitely got to get Bijan back to running ball. I mean, it's good that we can get him out there in the flat. I like that idea. But when your running back is becoming the focus of your passing game more than your number one receiver, you have a problem, a serious problem. Drake London should not be. I mean, Drake London should have had a field day on the 49ers. I love the idea that we got Kyle Pitts.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Kyle Pitts, and I said it on this is my fourth time saying it. Kyle Pitts should have had 15 catches. All I'm saying is if you're gonna spam one game and then you don't the next, it's just like it doesn't make any sense. It was a mismatch the entire game. They could do nothing with him. The corner, the safety, whole game. Linebacker, nobody could do anything with him. And I know he was going across the middle of the field most times, but again, no matter what Kyle Pitts was doing, it seemed like when he was open, Penix did find him for the most part.
Right.
Because I think he had 9 targets and 7 catches. So,
but 62 yards, man, that digging dunking ain't working. Stop using screen. Stop using screenplays for Kyle Pitts. He's damn tight.
I don't know why that's even in the playbook. I understand he got the 4.4 speed, but I don't want to see Kyle Pitts on a screen pass.
Yeah,
if anything, that's more of a Darnell Mooney thing.
Yeah, the video I released today, I talked about that, and I get it. He runs that he got a 4.4 speed, but since that injury, he does not run like that. I mean, his even the fact that he's pigeon-toed, that stands out even more now since that injury. So he's not nowhere near as fast as he was. His advantage is his size over these linebackers, his size over these cornerbacks. We need to utilize that. And the idea of getting Darnell Mooney back into the lineup, they tried to force it against the 49ers, right? And that's not what we need to do. I get it. You want to take the top off the defense. But it's we should have exploited that middle against the 49ers. And that's what we're going to have to do against the Dolphins. Exploit that middle until we get those safeties to come up on the line as opposed to playing 2 safeties high. And then we need to take advantage of that. We need to read that.
And it's sad that you have a weapon like that and the offensive coordinator don't know how to take advantage of it.
Right.
I'm sitting at home and I've been watching Kyle Pitts since he came to Atlanta. And everybody know, and me and my boy Ryan talk about this all the time. Kyle Pitts is a guy, me and my boy, let's get it GA. We talk about this all the time. Kyle Pitts is a guy, you catch him in stride, and he's a run out to the catch.
There you go.
Yeah.
And if you're going to use a screen, instead of using the screen, use a quick slant. 3 to 5 step drop, get the ball out, hit him in the middle of the field, and see what he can do.
Yeah.
So if you can't hit him in stride, Kyle Pitts is really too much of nothing. And even if he goes, even if he goes vertical, he's still gonna run out to the catch guy. Sometimes you're gonna trust this guy at 6'6" and have an 83-inch wingspan. You're gonna trust him to out jump somebody, out maneuver somebody. That's just what it is.
That's the athlete that you drafted. Because come on now, because you think about it, you're having Kyle Pitts, since not even necessarily start the route, you're having him be behind the line, catch the ball, and then try to accelerate. That's not his game.
Right.
At all. So again, like you just did, Smitty, man, let's try to get him, going. And once you get him in going and get him in stride, he can probably catch the ball and shit.
That's the point that I like too. One decision I like that Zach made. The one decision I like that Zach made that helped us was he put Kyle Pitts at wide as opposed to in the slot. That one decision is the only decision he gets credit for. I mean, decision that he getting good credit for in that game.
Right. And then this the thing. And I talk about this all the time. And see, that's the crazy thing. We talk about the same thing over and over because they can't get it right. Now think about this. Drake is your number one target, of course. Who's your number two target? We're not talking about wide receiver. We're not talking about running back.
Kyle Pitts.
Who should be your second target?
Kyle Pitts.
Yep.
Kyle Pitts should be your second target. Period. Point blank. I know Bijan is the ultimate weapon, but he should not be the second target. Hell, he shouldn't be the first.
Bro,
because if you ask me,
game plan is around Bijan.
Yeah,
but it's other ways around that, Chris.
You just said
that's okay to game plan around Bijan. But if you're gonna run Bijan and get Bijan going, you got to have a vertical passing game to get him going in the proper direction. Why?
Right.
Because if you don't push the defense, the front seven off the line, they're gonna keep stacking the box and keep stopping them. And guess what? It's gonna be the same thing. Bijan gonna end up with 87 total yards when we know he's capable of going 200 yards every game. And it just gonna keep being the same problem.
But wait, too, though, we still got to go back, and this goes back to the play calling. When you look at it, and you look at what the rushes, what between the two running backs, but we had like maybe 22, 23 rushes total. So at the end of the day, that can't happen either. I think what the Falcons maybe in the second quarter maybe ran the ball maybe 3 times, maybe twice, somewhere in that area. That I know position plays a part in it. I understand.
Hey,
your game. That just can't happen. I'm just saying, your game plan just can't happen. Because 38 times.
I'm about to get crunk. But go ahead, man.
Oh, now about to get crunk.
but you're exactly right. I mean,
somebody grabbed the cup, the Lil Jon cup.
I ain't got mine right now.
Grab mine, but I'm at work.
It's nowhere
but
right
I mean,
here.
you're exactly right. We got the best, bar none, on paper and on the field, the best running back core in the NFL. I mean, Bijan, Tyler Algier, Nathan Carter, and we still got access to Josh Allen Corbin. I mean, you talk about 5 of the top running backs in football. I mean, 4 of the top running backs in football, period. And we can't get 200 yards a game. Yeah, I mean, Christian McCaffrey got 200 yards, almost 200 yards by himself.
No, he did get 200. It wasn't almost. It was 201 and 2 touchdowns.
I mean, if we're gonna use them, and like I just said a minute ago, it's scheme blocking if you want to get your running back going like that. And like Smitty said, he shouldn't be your first, second, or third target. You know, if it comes to the point where, I mean, that's what we got Drake London for. That's what we got Darnell, and we used to have Ray for it. But the thing it is, if your passing game is not on, your running game has got to be working. If your running game is not working, your passing game got to be working. You can't have both of them faltering. Something got to work.
But see, the thing about it, I'm glad you brought that up. See, because the thing is, one is going to open up the other one where it don't matter how it goes. Because if they pass the ball effectively, that's going to open up the run lane, because that's going to bad the people off the line. If you run the football effectively, they're going to bring the people up, and then they're going to open up the pass game, the vertical pass game. And if you line Kyle Pitts up in the X, you can run post routes through the middle of the field. You can run vertical routes, fly routes, or you can just run skinny posts. I mean, whatever you need to do to get him the football, you can do it if just get one part of the game right. That's all I'm saying. Get one part of the game right.
Yeah, even if you must use Bijan out of the backfield, if you must put him out in the back, I mean, if you want to put him in the passing game, he still got to come out of the backfield. Either way it go. Don't have him lining up outside. I mean, one, they know you're not going to go there. You're right. So that's one man you're counting out right there, unless he's going out in the flat. But other than that, he's not going on no fly for you to throw to. You know, so
that's not in the
still. I mean, you opening up your offense to get, especially Drake London, to get bracketed, and they're going to close down on him. And if you can't focus on getting Pitts the ball, you blocking yourself out of opportunity to advance the ball down the field. And that's why we couldn't do that against 49ers. When Drake London got bracketed and Kyle Pitts wasn't in the game, we tried to bring Bijan and put him out there as a receiver. It just wasn't working. I mean, and Zach backed himself into a hole. You know, and when you start doing that, you're making it all easy for the defense. He has to call better plays.
And think about this too. think about this too. They gave us a blueprint on how to beat them, and look at what they did. They exploited our weakness. Why couldn't we exploit their weakness? They did exactly what I figured they were going to do. They were going to run right in the middle of the defense because they know we don't have a space either. So what did they do? They know we don't have nobody.
We had Diablo, but Diablo went out. It made it even worse, Smitty. When Diablo went out, the run lanes was as big enough to put an 18-wheeler through there.
Yeah, so and the middle of the field was wide open. Because they didn't have a linebacker that could cover.
Exactly. That's my point. And it was times where you seen guys having to make up for the loss of Diablo. Like, for example, it was a time where Caden Ellis was back in coverage, and Mac Jones moved him with his eyes and threw it right where he was just at. It was certain simple things just like that, But Caden, I don't fault the defense really at all, honestly, because the defense really was what kept us in it. This game was close until deep into the fourth quarter. So the Falcons offense had the opportunity. We just couldn't execute. We couldn't protect. We couldn't get out of our own way because we got penalties and eligible men downfield. It was so many things going on with the offense.
10-second runoff at the end of the
I was just about to say the 10-second runoff. So we had a series of unfortunate events and a series of miscues and just malpractice overall.
Hey, you know what baffles me though too on offense? On offense, you got 10 men on the field, right? And what pissed me off even more, Raheem Morris addressed that in such a condescending way. I really lost it when he made that comment. That's my fault, and he's just like, that's the end of that. I'm like, dude, that should never happen.
That's the Mike linebacker.
10 guys on the 10 guys on the field. That should never. You got guys up in the booth. You got captains on the field. And your defensive coordinator, that should never happen. 10 guys. Now I can understand.
Nobody caught that.
Yeah, I would have understood if you had 12 men on the field. I would have more understood that 12 men on the field because everybody anxious to get out there. But to have 10, that tells me.
What did Christian McCaffrey do? He went right in that same hole where nobody wants to stand there and caught the football.
Right. First down. That was like the biggest play of the game. That could have used everything if we stopped up there.
But the Mike linebacker is supposed to count everybody on the field when he gets out there. He's supposed to look around the field and count everybody before the play even gets snapped. So, I mean, that was on the linebacker, that was on the coaching, that was on everybody. That was just a brain fart. That nobody should have never happened.
I think another thing too, guys, like for this game in particular, regardless, I feel like, even if Penix was healthy, I still would say you need to get the ball out quickly. Maybe, it's like a quick rhythm, saying keep him in rhythm, quick rhythm passes, quick rhythm throws. Keep him going and get it out because the Dolphins, like I said, they have speed. So they're going to try to blitz Michael Penix. And you definitely know that they looked at what the 49ers did. They're going to try to replicate that. They're going to try to take Bijan away, make us a passing team, but they're going to try to pin their ears back with guys like Chop Robinson. Hello, Matthew Judon. Nice to see you again. I see that you're down there with the Dolphins as well. So I'm just saying, regardless, they're going to try to get after us with pass rushers and replicate, or at least attempt to try to replicate what the 49ers did to you. Biggest way to just not do that, I believe, again, when you're passing it, the rhythm throws, the run game, and then the play action. You have to do the play action off the run. I know that pistol, we're going to do that, but I would love to see some under center type stuff as well, man, just to switch it up, and flip it up. But I just know that pistol is going to be there regardless. Like, it can stay if that's what you want to do. But my thing is just some under center stuff, shotgun, just do different.
My thing with that, and I talked to my boy, let's get it earlier about this. How do you expect Michael Penix to grow if you keep running the same formation? How you expect him to grow out of the regular shotgun, out of the I formation? How you expect him to see different things on the field? And at the same time, you stun Bijan as well, because if you don't have Michael Penix on the center, he has to run all the way across the road just to get to the line of scrimmage. That tires him out more than anything. So I mean, I mean, I get why they use the pistol mostly because they're thinking it as his blind side protection, his left side protection. just so he can see the field, the entire field. I get that part. But at the same time, you got to use common sense on some of these things. If you use the play action out of the I formation, I bet you $2,000 it'll work better than the play action out of the pistol. I guarantee
Most
it.
certainly. Yeah. But now here's the thing too, you gotta consider too. Now that he's hurt, Penix's leg is hurt. They're gonna keep him in that pistol or that shotgun.
I mean, they're not gonna
put him on the center.
Yeah, they're gonna do that anyway. I mean, it ain't no way to change out of it for now. Yeah, it ain't.
Yeah. Doing that healthy. So you definitely, like I said, and that's why I say again, quick rhythm throws. If he's playing, quick rhythm throws, keep us in the defense on their toes, get the ball out quick, man. But of course, it's all gonna start with the run game, bro. All gonna start with it. What you got, Smitty?
But one more thing before we get to the defense. Michael Penix's gonna have to help himself once he gets fully healthy. He's gonna have to start using them legs. I know he don't want to. Don't get me wrong. I know about the 2 ACL injuries. I get it. Yeah. But you got to block that out your mind. You got to make plays for your team. Because I've seen like the last 2-3 games, he had a wide open run lane he could have took off, but he stood right there in the spot, tried to find a throw. If you just run the ball, I don't give a damn if it's 5 yards. Take off running, get them something to think about when you run the football as the quarterback. If you get them something to think about running the football as a quarterback, that's another weapon that they got to worry about.
Right.
So, it just something to think about, man. It's just something to think about. I mean,
I got another weapon to worry about.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
That'll definitely eliminate that bracketing of any receiver. That'll definitely eliminate any of that.
Yeah. Right. But another weapon we got to worry about is it's called discipline. We need to make sure we don't have a bunch of penalties like we did. We got to cut down on that because this defense doesn't need any help, some extra encouragement, anything. We need to beat them down because if they drop out into a zone, we need to find those seams, and again, that's where Drake London comes in. That's where Kyle Pitts comes in. It's not necessarily being the fleetest of foot, but you have that size and you can box guys out. You can use your size to advantage, man, and just ultimately just try to dominate this defense, especially versus those linebackers, man. That middle of the field, you have yet another opportunity to attack it. Why not?
Yeah. And before we get off this offense, I like how our offensive lineman, our veteran offensive lineman, Jake Matthews, he actually called out and made a great point in a statement. I don't remember exactly what it said. I got it on my phone, but I'm using my phone right now. But he made a great statement, and he kind of hinted at the play calling, and he didn't verbatim say the name, but when you read it in context, he's calling out the fact that we need to make better play calling.
Yeah, everybody knows, man.
I think I'm gonna share that in my next video.
Man, I'm telling you, everybody and their mama know Zach Robinson the problem. And Ray McLeod probably called it out and he took the sword for it. But at the same time, he gonna stand up for what's right. And look, he done made enough money.
You never know.
And look, I'm telling you, everybody no problem. And it's gonna cost Raheem his job. I mean, part of it was his problem. Part of his problem because he shouldn't put that on social media, but we ain't gonna get into that. But he shouldn't put that on social media. But at the same time, everybody on that team know what the problem is, but they can't say nothing about it because it's just like a 9 to 5. It's insubordination. So look. But let's roll over to the defense, man. Let's get into the defense. Defense gonna have they should have a field day with this offense, man. They just terrible. They 2017 yards at 279. Pass rush yards on the 92. Tua has a league leading 11 interceptions. So you know what that means. You got to get out the Tua to force some mistakes, man. You got to get out the Tua to force him to make some mistakes. Whatever that pass rush was doing against Buffalo, do it this game. Whatever that pass rush was doing against Minnesota, do it this game. Zach Robinson, I'm sorry. Zach Harrison been doing this thing. But go ahead.
My God, Zach Harrison, man, I am so happy about Zach Harrison. It's not always about necessarily getting the sacks. It's about generating, some real pressure, getting to the quarterback, being disruptive. And Zach Harrison, salute to you, my good man, because you're doing exactly what we drafted you to be. But we've seen the potential already anyway. But now you are seeing Zach Harrison really get after it. So shout out to him. But yeah, man, this defense, we got to make sure I'm not necessarily worried about the pass game because again, we're ranked number 1 in, with that, and we know since we kept Daniel Jones to only 150 yards, and he was averaging over 300 yards as far as passing yards. So,
You
like
meant
that.
Josh Allen?
Huh? No. I'm saying no. Mac Jones. Mac Jones was leading.
You said Daniel Jones. I was like,
you said Daniel.
My bad. Mac Jones, Daniel Jones. You know what I'm saying? We keep up with the Jones. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. But overall, my mistake on that. But overall, though, man, we gotta make sure that the rush defense is up to par because that's where we're lacking.
Yeah, we fell down number 20.
And they got A-Chain, and he goes off the chain sometimes, like for real. So A-Chain, you got to make sure that you bottle him up because you necessarily kind of want to make Tua throw. Because what Smitty you said he has how many interceptions he throw?
11 already.
Oh, okay. That's funny because we have guys like Billy Bowman and guys like Xavier Watts. And I know back in college and everything, they got maybe like 13 and possibly like 11 interceptions and stuff like that. So it's funny that number is just coming around when the Falcons are coming around. So Xavier Watts, Jesse Bates, so keep your ears up because Tua may throw you one. But first things first, we got to get to him with the pressure, like real pressure. Tua's got to feel this defense. Like this defense should be. The defense shows up anyway, but this defense should be a little bit even more upset, even more stout. We're at home. We got something to prove. We're trying to go 4-3, which would be above 500 again. And honestly, you look at our division, we have to keep pace because the Panthers are 4-3. That's a better record than the Falcons right now. I know they haven't won on bye week, but still, you look at it. Ever since they beat us 30-0, they've kind of catapulted a little bit.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the thing. Their head coach / offensive coordinator, he's building off what they're doing, and our offensive coordinator is not doing that. Their defense, the difference in their defense this year than last year, they get Derrick Brown back. Derrick Brown has been the game changer that defense has needed, and he's came through. So now you just got to build momentum, man. Build momentum in this game. It's the perfect game to build momentum. The defense has to pressure to it. It's just no way around it. Because if a chain gets going east and west like McCaffrey, one thing about it, 4.2 speed never lie. That dude got track and field speed. If he hit that burner through the hole, I don't care who you throw it in, he gone. I mean, it's just like that. You give him a screen pass in the open field, he gone. So I mean, you're gonna have to game plan for him. And the way it's just crazy.
I will give respect to Jalen Waller though. Just make sure you bottle him up. Make sure he doesn't get loose because he does have that speed to get behind the defense, like that real speed. That's what this is the one reason why they drafted him. So make sure he doesn't get too loose. And I feel like I'm saying you should be all right because they don't have a tight end right now. I know what Darren Waller he's already ruled out. I'm not mistaken.
He hurt.
He's already ruled out. So they don't have the tight end effect right there. And speaking of tight ends, I know that was for the offense. We may have to do something different as far as being so predictable with Charlie Warner too. But we'll talk about that another time. Overall, though, their offense, they lack consistency. They turn the ball over. They have penalties that derail drives for them. Falcons, they just need to stay disciplined, be precise, get after the quarterback with the pressure, and allow Tua to make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like the Dolphins defense, Dolphins offense, they will go 3 and out pretty quickly too. So this is another game to where we can really dominate time of possession and keep our defense, fresh for the most part, and still, be able to keep their offense, dismal. This is a time that we really need to bounce back. We need this win right here at home just to gain momentum because after that, so we got a nice little stretch going after that.
Yeah, New England, Indianapolis.
Yep. Panthers again.
Man.
So,
and that's what's going to be the key. That is getting that rush on Tua. He's going if he feels that rush, he's going to make mistakes. He's going to give us a couple of interceptions. But man, where in the world did we find this guy? I still don't know his first name. The defensive lineman Roberts.
Sam Roberts.
He has been playing lights out.
Agent.
Yeah,
free
he
agent.
has been playing crazy. Yeah.
Hey, man,
shout out
sometimes
to him.
guys just need oppos, man. You know, guys just need oppos. And the thing about it is when you got good coaching, because you got Jeff Ulbrich, but you still got the most underrated signing of the offseason for the Falcons in Nate Ollie. So you got a guy that knows how to work that defensive line, and now you got a guy like Sam Roberts who's coming out of nowhere, and he's being able to be productive right now. You know, so I can't wait to see what happens when TQ Graham really gets out there, what Nate Ollie's going to have him doing. And, you know, so I can't wait for Jalen Walker to come back. I can't wait for a fully healthy Falcons defense because, boy, it's scary. I know we're around Halloween time.
That's what I'm looking for.
It's getting spooky. So, I mean, we need Devon Diablo, and we need, Braylon Trice, too. Don't forget about him. He's still out there.
It's funny you talked about Sam Roberts because I was just about to bring that point up. At this point, man, you start him. If he's going to help your run defense, you start him. And I understand Taquan Graham is back. He's the run stop on his team. But Sam Roberts is the big body need in the middle next to Onyemata. And I know Rook got to get his playing time as well. But when they say when it's not broke, don't even try to fix it. Put Sam Roberts in to start the game, get a momentum going. Then you blend in the younger guys. That's how you do it. Don't wait till you get, in the middle of the second quarter and he done ran for 50, 60 yards already. Then now you're trying to don't do that. Start the game off, with some momentum. Start the game off with momentum on defense. And that's how you're gonna do it. That's how you're gonna do it.
That's wrong with a little mojo.
Hey, Chris, one more thing, Chris. You talked about Jalen Water. Guess who's gonna be guarding him?
Guess who's gonna be guarding Jalen Walker?
Yeah, Mike Hughes. That's who's gonna be guarding him. Not AJ Terrell, because Mike Hughes got world-class speed too. He just don't know how to use it.
Oh man. Well, my thing is you still can give Mike Hughes some help as well. Because outside of Jalen Waddle, I don't necessarily, see the major threat. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that they have Westbrook, Nick Westbrook, and then Malik Washington. But of course, when you lost Tariq Hill, you lost, a gamer, a major, cog in that offense. So they have a few other guys, but I feel like, so you contain Waddle and make sure those other guys don't get loose like that. Now, don't get beat by a rando from the bando. Yeah. But still, these guys can contain Waddle, kind of, just smother this offense, man. Smother them, you know?
Yeah. To be honest with you, I wasn't even worried about, even if Tariq was in this game, he's going to have a game, right? But it wasn't. I don't think he would have had the game like a McCaffrey had against us. He would have had some plays. Because I was secondary actually is playing pretty good ball this year, and they haven't given up like the real big plays. So they've been playing together. The only concern I have is when Mike Hughes have to play against bigger receivers. One that stands significantly taller than he is, because he had a problem with those guys. Those guys that are stronger, that are fat, just as fast.
Yeah, Jawan
got a little bit of height on him.
Yeah, Jawan Jennings dogged him out. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
So hey man.
But other than that, man, I like how secondary looks.
Right, man. And I just don't make sure you don't give up any explosive plays. Tua, he may try to get loose a little bit. He has a little bit of mobility, but for the most part, I feel like, since speed him up, you can force him to make a mistake. In Miami, I believe that their best element about them is their run game, especially when you have, like I said, that's our weak point right now. So I expect them to try to attack that. We have to try to
you got to attack speed with speed. We talked about D'Angelo Malone earlier.
D'Angelo Malone.
Yeah, he's fast. He can set the edge. He can play in the middle. I mean, you got some things you just got to put, number on numbers. And if you don't do that, sometimes the bigger number wins. Because guess what? Yeah. If AJ have to check Waddle, it's gonna be a problem because AJ is not fast. He has decent speed, but he's not Jalen Waddle fast. Fast. Yeah, so I mean, sometimes you just, even though I don't like the Mike Hughes matchup on Waddle, I understand.
You got the speed,
and if you got the right person over the top, Watts or Bates, whoever it may be, make sure they're helping over the top at all times, because I'm telling you, they're going to take at least 3 to 4 shots downfield this game. It's just the way they built.
Maybe more than that. You know how Mike McDaniel like to do, bro. So regardless, even the Malik Washingtons, we can see him on a fly at any given on first down. So I'm just saying, like, you got to be on your game. That's all I'm saying. Like, cause regardless of who's injured for them, it's still a Mike McDaniel's offense. They like to try to have explosive plays, and that's what I mean. You got to limit those explosive plays. You just cannot have it. You got to dominate the special teams and the field position, time of possession. Get back to, Falcons football. In all three of our wins, we've had like a great rushing attack, time of possession, some pretty good clock management in all our wins. And we've also had victory formation in all our wins. So we just need to get back to and stay on Falcon football. But our main thing, we got to be consistent, man. The defense, again, I'm not talking to you, defense. So I'm just saying. I'm not talking to the.
But we can look for Miami to test us, just like the 49ers had started to do after Diablo left the game. I'm pretty sure they'll look at the tape and say, "Hey, this will be an area where we can actually try to build up to his confidence, get it back to where it need to be, with the short throws, and stop trying to test it downfield. Especially since now they don't have Tariq in there. They'll probably try to take advantage of that middle, and J.D. Bertrand being there in the middle. They'll probably take advantage of that area.
Yeah, they will, and it's vice versa. It's vice versa. We got to take advantage of their linebackers too, because all they have is run stopping guys. And see, this is what I'm saying. Kyle Pitts. I mean, I can say that till I'm blue in the face, but I know it ain't gonna happen because Zach Robinson, he ain't figured it out yet, and it's sad. You've been here almost 2 years and you ain't figured out how to use a 6'6" tight end. That lets you know he's clueless as to what he's doing. Maybe he should have just stayed a quarterback coach. I'm just saying. Because I'm telling you, if Mike McDonald was our offensive coordinator, Kyle Pitts would be an all-pro. I'm just telling y'all that right now.
Yes, sir.
Tell y'all that right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's why I can't wait. I'm itching for the day he get fired and somebody and Zach Robinson get released.
but look, I don't want to spoil your fun, but let me tell you like this.
Don't spoil.
Who we gonna bring? Who we gonna bring in to turn his team around in 12 games? It's not gonna happen. 11 games.
But look,
11 games.
This is my conspiracy theory, right? This is my conspiracy theory. We cannot pay another head coach. We're already paying 2.
And that's why he's gonna be here. That's why he's gonna be here.
Raheem is gonna be here. Now, the only way out of that, if we buy out Raheem and move Jeff Albrecht up the head coach. That's the only way.
I don't want to do that.
No.
Zach Robinson got to go.
Look what he did last year in New York, man. I don't want to see that again. He best
leave Jeff right where he's at. He's doing
but here's the thing. Here's the thing over at when he was in New York, right? And he brought out in the interview that his staff, that was not his staff. And his staff were kind of like almost blackballing him up there in New York. So all the information that he needed to be successful at that spot, he wasn't getting. Because they didn't want him to be in that position.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but that's the thing. Mm-hmm. As a head coach, you have to get the respect of your other coaches no matter how they feel about you. You have to make them stand in line. If they can stand in line with the right thing, then you're not a leader of your coach, and definitely not a team. So if they don't stand in line with what you say, then ain't no point in bringing them. But see, this is what I said from the job. And
conspired against too, though, Smitty. You can't be conspired against. I mean,
I get that part. You can get conspired against, but if they don't fall in line, you get their ass out of there. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
And if he know them coaches felt that way about him,
here, though.
I get it. He probably do have the respect, but I'm just saying that situation let me know. I don't think he's ready for that. Now I might be wrong.
Yeah.
But when you get in a tough spot like that, you can pull yourself out of that situation, and come out on top. And I feel like that's what he's done right now. But I just, if they do make a move like that, I just don't know what he would do to bring in the offensive coordinator, because I feel like TJ Yates should have been gone. They done moved him to wide receiver coach and ain't nothing changed.
Oh yeah.
Wide receiver still doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So look, I'm just saying.
Right.
But man, let's go and get into the X factors.
You're right though.
Let's go and get into the X factors because I can talk about this all night. I'm telling you, I can talk this till I'm blue in the face.
Man, what? All day long.
But let's go and get to the X factors, man. We're gonna start it off with you, Emmanuel. Give us your X factor for offense and defense.
My X factor is this. This is, to me, my X factor is going to control both offense and defense, right? Because we saw what happened in San Fran. If the offense was able to stay on the field, the defense would have got a little bit more rest. But my X factor is Zach Robinson has to be that guy. I mean, he's going to be. When you talk about the total outlook of the team, if Zach Robinson make the right plays, make the right play calling, it affects both offense and defense. And we saw that happen in Buffalo. When Zach Robinson made the right calls in Buffalo, the defense was able to get their rest. When they came back on the field, they were able to make plays. So it's all going to ride on Zach Robinson, and it went all the way back to even the games that we lost. He has to be that guy. He has to own up responsibility and say, "Hey, I have to get this offense to where it needs to be so that this team can feed off the offense," and that's just the bottom line.
Facts. Yeah, and Solomon agree with you. He says Zach Robinson got to be the X factor.
Yeah.
Can he diversify the offense? And the game is question that needs to be answered, and that's absolutely 200% true.
Yeah.
If he can't answer that question, he can't get on the right page. Guess what?
Yeah.
It's going to be the same problem over and over. Chris, give us your X factor right quick.
Oh boy, let me see. On defense, if you're going to be out there, JD Bertrand. Can you bounce back from being thrusted out there into the defense in an in-game situation? I understand limited snaps to any snaps. So can JD Bertrand shoot the right gaps? Can he play like the best game that we've seen him as a Falcon? Because he's going to be out there. I'm pretty sure. I can understand, D'Angelo Malone probably going to be out there too. DeMarco Hellams. It's going to be a rotation, but when JD has his snaps, can he make the most of them? Can he, provide a spark or just maintain assignment?
Right.
That's what I want to see. Can JD Bertrand, do that for the Atlanta Falcons? So yes, JD Bertrand is my X factor. On offense, it's easy to go Zach Robinson because that's really the X factor. But if I just had to go anywhere different, I'm going to go Mr. Elijah Wilkinson. How can you, sir, bounce back after, your worst game, your worst performance of the season, arguably? And, you wasn't hearing your name the past couple of weeks, but Bryce Huff was able to get after it, and he had a bad game. So how can he bounce back no matter who's the quarterback? How can he, bounce back and fortify that line, for the Atlanta Falcons? So I'm going to go JD Bertrand and Elijah Wilkinson.
That's a good one. You're right. It's easy to say Zach Robinson, but I'm gonna go with a player, man. I think, and I'm gonna keep saying it, man. I don't care. He's the second target. Kyle Pitts got to be used this game, especially when you down two receivers. Darnell Mooney, he played last week, but he wasn't 100%. So we don't know what his percentage is this game. So if it ain't Drake London, it got to be Kyle Pitts. Use Kyle Pitts the best you can against this weak linebacking core. Yeah, Jordan Brooks got 75 tackle, but that's against the run mostly. He can't cover a plate in the microwave. So you got to take advantage of that. So look, Kyle Pitts.
Many ways to do that too. That's the crazy part.
Kyle Pitts, I don't care if you run a post. I don't care if you run a skinny post. I don't care if you want a quick slant. Just not a damn screen pass. No more screen passes. Just scratch it out the playbook. So, look, Zach Robinson, use Kyle Pitts like you're supposed to use him. Use him as a wide receiver if you got to. Line him up at the X. Line him up at the slot. Wherever you see a mismatch, put him there. Because that's the only way you're going to drop. That's the only way Michael Pen's going to get out of this slump he in. He got to utilize all these weapons.
The thing about it is Kyle Pitts. Right. The thing about it is Kyle Pitts too, man. When you're talking about using him as a wide receiver, he has some of his best production when he's out wide and used, as an X or as a Y. regardless.
Right.
I mean, he has some of his best production out. I mean, he has some production in line as well, but mostly when he's out at the X position, yeah. Because so you can put him out there on those
Taking
fly
advantage
routes
of
and have him running vertical,
Yeah.
hit him in stride. Hey man, that's 6'6", you know what I'm saying? What 250 coming down.
Yeah.
Chris,
Yeah.
he 9 times out of 10, he got a 6 or 7 inch height advantage. He got an
Already.
83-inch wingspan that add another 2 to 3 inches. So you
Already.
tell me what the problem is. But let's go to the defensive side, man, before we get to the last part of the show. Defensively, Jeff Ulbrich, you're gonna have to be the X factor. I think you're gonna have to set the tone on defense to set the tone for this game, period. If you set the tone on defense early, shut Miami down, force turnovers, bad field position, all that good stuff, I think the Falcons can feed off that. And man said it early, man. One thing about Zach Robinson, he has set the stage for the Falcons so many times this year. They just can't capitalize.
Yeah.
Look at that interception with Caden Ellis last week. That should have been the momentum changing play of the entire game. But what happened? Zach Robinson could not capitalize because he can't call damn plays. And it shouldn't be like that. So just continue.
It was a missed opportunity for sure, because you just knew that was the momentum swing, and when Uncle Mo comes to your town, you got to use him. You got to be able to use what he brings.
But that's what I'm saying, man. Jeff Ulbrich has set the pace for the game so many times. And I think this game, with Miami being just as bad as they are on offense, I think he forced some turnover this game. And I said it in my 3 keys to victory. Y'all go check that out. Set the momentum by forcing turnovers against sacks. That's how you're going to take Miami down early. Because if you start hitting Tua early, guess what? He going to get rattled just like Michael Penix got rattled last week in San Francisco. You hit him enough in the first half, second half, they're going to be looking at like JJ McCartney, like a deer in headlights. That just football one-on-one. When you rattle them, they're going to be running around the whole game trying to figure out who they can throw to. It's going to be erratic throws. It's going to be overthrows, underthrows, and 9 times out of 10, it's going to be some turnovers mixed in. So
next thing you know, he's going to throw a pass, and I can see Xavier Watts right now saying, "Throw it to me, throw it to me."
Yeah,
throw it right to him.
He got 11 interceptions. That's all you need to know. He got 11 interceptions. So he telling y'all he gonna make mistakes. It's point blank period. He gonna make mistakes. And it ain't all Mike McDaniel's fault. They just don't have nothing down there in Miami. They start with the front office. But man, let's get to these scores.
I wonder if all those concussions.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm wondering if all those concussions are starting to take effect on him, because he's starting to not make a lot of good decisions with the ball, whether running or throwing.
Hey man,
no doubt.
Now that's a different side right there. But score predictions. Score predictions.
Throw them in the chat. We're gonna go with you, man. You go first.
Score predictions.
I'm scared to make a prediction.
That's my point. I'm actually scared, because it's all because of Zach Robinson, right? And I hate to keep pointing the fingers at him, but it rides with him, right? But if we can't score, we can't get in the red zone against Miami, this is going to be one of those 17-6 type games. And like I said, this is one of the games you would think we can go in there and score 30 points, but for some reason, it'll be one of those low scoring field goals type games. I hate to say it.
9-6. Champ said 9-6. So you going with 9-6?
I'm saying 17-6. I'm saying 17-6.
Okay,
I think Bijan. I still say that Bijan is going to get a couple of touchdowns in the run game with Tyler Algier. I think they're going to probably get one apiece. But 17-6. I'm calling it 2 field goals from Miami. Yeah.
Hey, Boom, you trying to start something, man? Boom said he's taking the Dolphins.
That's what he said.
Boom. Hey, look, Boom want to get. He want Raheem to get 5. If they lose this game, he have a right to get 5. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Ain't nowhere around 1-6. Remember what happened last year in New Orleans? And we went in there with a 3-game winning streak, and they a 7-game losing streak, and we lose to them. Same situation. You can't have that 2 years in a row. You can't.
You just simply can't, man. Score prediction. I was half right. I said about my score prediction. If I said Smitty, I was like 20 points. Well, they scored 20 points, but Falcons didn't get to 34. So I'm do something a little different this time.
They didn't even get half of 34.
Yeah, man. My goodness. But on to a new week and on to these Dolphins. This is a new week, and so these Falcons are going to get after it. I think the Falcons learned from their mistakes that they did against the 49ers. It's crazy that we're saying that was a letdown against the 49ers when they're 5-2. But that just lets you know about this offense, this team, and the potential and some expectations. But I'm going to go 23-13 Falcons.
Man, you were looking like, man, they gonna score 20 points. Ooh, let me see. Ooh, boy. Man. Y'all tripping, man. Craig said 33 Dolphins.
Lord have mercy.
He don't trust nobody.
Let me tell you something. If you let another game to where you get 30 points hung on you and you didn't have anywhere close to it, like 3 points or less, listen, we got to have a conversation.
We're going to be like Auntie Joy. We're going to be like Auntie Joy. We're just going to sell our season tickets and say, fuck it.
Hey, if that score gets anywhere close to like that, I'm firing Raheem Morris. I'm paying the third head coach. I mean, you have to accountability has to be placed somewhere. You can't keep letting the head coach coming in and giving all the correct answers in the press conference, right? And not being held accountable. You can only say, well, that's my fault so many times before you get held accountable for it. At some point, because you got to say, okay, it is what it is.
Yeah. But think about it, man, too. They had all those rookies on defense last year. Did Robert Saleh, did he take a step back? No. He coached the same thing he would coach if he had the starters, the regular starters in there. He said either y'all going to do y'all job or y'all going to end back up on the practice squad or y'all going home. It's just that simple.
There it is.
You still got to be a coach no matter who's on the field. It's no different.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna just be honest, man. This got to be the game that they go off. So I'm gonna say 27-17 Atlanta Falcons. If they lose this game, Raheem Morris should be fired because 1-6 is 1-6. Your quarterback got 11 interceptions. Your defense can't stop a nosebleed. And it's just set up for that.
Get out of its own way.
This has to be
don't know who to trust.
This has to be a springboard game. This has to be a springboard game. It has to be.
Yeah.
If this is not a springboard game, but I can't say that because we beat one of the best teams in the NFL this next week. We couldn't even get off the bus. I mean, man. Look, some things is just common sense. It's just common sense. But, time for shout outs, man. Who you want to give a shout out to, man?
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all having given me the opportunity to finally get on the show. I mean, it's been one of those things with scheduling and just life in general just kept getting in the way. So, like I said, I appreciate y'all giving me the opportunity to be on the show to share the platform with you guys. Shout out to all these dedicated Falcon fans that's going to keep on riding with us too, man. I mean, we are those dirty birds for a reason. So we'll get it right at some point. But I would get a shout out to all my supporters. They've gotten me off the ground. I started the podcast, for one reason. That's to talk Falcon football. I love talking Falcon football. So, but shout out to my supporters that have got me up. I think I'm up to 800 now
let's go.
subscribers.
So
I appreciate,
bro.
everybody chiming in. Appreciate it. And but man, I last but not least, man, I thank the Lord for waking me up this morning, man. Put my 2 feet on the ground. I know I make mistakes every day. But
we all do.
And life is gonna happen, right? But at the same time, I just ask the good Lord to wake me up and put me on my 2 feet to face Him. Mm-hmm. So, and one day, hopefully, I can repay Him for what He has done for me. But I appreciate y'all once again, man, for letting me be on. This has been fun. It was just as I expected it to be. And hopefully we can set up some more shows in the future.
Oh, no doubt.
Facts. Yeah, man. Shout outs, of course. Shout out to the the chat. You know what I'm saying? This show does not happen without you guys. So we encourage you to continue just to show up week after week. Every Tuesday, man, showing up, you know, so no matter whether you're in the car or whether you're in the house, thank you for always showing up for the two guys that treat Tuesday nights like we're playing mouse in the house. We really do appreciate it, like humbly.
What the hell is mouse in the house?
Oh, sure, you know what I'm saying? Well, first of all, it happens when, you know what I'm saying, on the basketball court and you have the basketball and it's a guy that's too small. Yeah, and you know what I'm saying, you just call mouse in the house. But yeah,
so you trying to take shots at me because I'm short.
No, not at all. No, not at all. I said the two guys that treat Tuesday nights like mouse in the house. So,
okay,
you know,
I got you.
There you go, man. Come on, stay with me, Smitty. Not against me.
Hey, Chris,
baby.
Look, I'm gonna tell you. Hey, look, I'm old school. I'm old school till I die. And you know, Grandma used to say, "Hey, zip your zippers up. You know, keep the mouse in the house." So I was wondering where you was going with that, but yeah, sorry about that.
Oh yeah, man, basketball, man, basketball.
Hey, I'm like, boom. You've been watching too much Tom and Jerry.
Nah, man. Hey, man, good show though. I don't care what you say, man. Good show, Tom and Jerry, man. Gotta get some of that in. But yeah,
I ain't heard that. So until I hear from Adam Schefter or Ian Rappaport, that's fake news.
No, yeah, man.
That's so enough.
See, if I see a mouse in the house, I'm gone. Buy, sell the house. My goodness. Let me just finish this and keep it moving. My God.
Hey, man, that's why they got shoes and brooms. That's why they got shoes and brooms.
I'm not selling the house off of a mouse. I'm not lying.
No.
But again, hey, man, shout out to you guys too, man, for another great show with you guys. Appreciate you, man, coming on, you know what I'm saying, talking with us about these Dolphins. Again, shout out to the chat. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, to also, you know what I'm saying, I went to a seminar, you know what I'm saying, this weekend, and that was pretty nice, man. And E.T., the hip-hop preacher, was there for those who know him and said some great words, you know, so some great things happened and made some great contacts and everything as well, man. So needed that recharge, so shout out to him as well. And continue, you know what I'm saying, blessings from the Lord as well. So, you know, always, you know, without him, we can't do any of this. So definitely always, you know, saying, prayers up, you know what I'm saying, and being grateful for every day, greet each day with love in your heart, man. And I believe, you know, so that's another way how you can find your peace, because you know that positive energy always going to create that elevation. And don't you ever settle for less, because you always can have more with the vision. And let me get off of here this motivational speech and let Smitty go ahead and do his thing.
Hey, man, look, I'm telling you, man, you always right with that, you know, that positivity, man. That's something that you just got to have, because 9 times out of 10, it's this proven fact. You're going to get out what you put into the universe 100% of the time. So I just got to say this, and, you know, it's been bothering me, but I don't care, because this hour show, we can say as we please. But I'm going to say thank you to all the haters out there. For the people that still trying to report my channel to get me kicked off YouTube, thank you. Because one thing about it that y'all don't understand, whatever God got for me is for me. And it's going to happen. If he wants it to happen, it's going to happen. I don't care how hard you try. So, you know, I've been blessed all my life, and God been there, so he going to keep being there. So, again, thank you to all the haters. And also thank you to all the people that support me, that's been supporting me since day one. Truly, truly appreciate it, man. Can't thank y'all enough. Even with the negative comments, that still motivates me. Why? Because it only takes one comment to say thank you for your content, and that erases all the negative. Just that simple.
Indeed. So, I love it.
So, you know,
and also too, man, meeting people out in public, man. I've bumped into some folks like, love the show, watch the show. So salute to everybody, man, that you know takes the time out to watch our show, or watch, you know, some our individual shows, our, you know, some collab shows, everything, you know. So we really do appreciate all of it, honestly.
Yeah. Man, look, man, I have people sitting next to me in traffic, blow the horn at me and holler through the window. I said, man, what's going on?
Yeah,
all the time. No lie. At the gas station, dude was on the pump the other day, way on down on the other side. I'm walking in the quick trip. I just hear somebody say, "Smitty, way across the parking lot." I look back, he doing like this. I did like this, and I went on about my business.
Yes,
things about that, things like that, man. It just motivates you to be better and just keep going. And that has kept me going all these years. Positive energy, positive results. Negative energy, positive results. Why I said that? Because like I said, if it's in your path, for God to put it in your path, it's gonna be there no matter who tries to knock it down. Because what do they always say? When God opened the door, can't nobody close it. Nobody.
And if the door do close, God open another one.
You open up another one.
And it might be something better on the other side.
Oh, it was
just think about it. God makes no mistakes. Trust me when I tell you, he makes no mistakes.
Yeah. I tell you what, it's been so many people that's been like really against me doing this, but I'm telling you, when I started it, my wife wanted to start persuaded me to do it, right? Because I'm always talking to somebody about Falcons. That's why she don't go nowhere with me no more now, because wherever I go, I'm talking about Falcons to somebody. I'm stopping.
Oh, I do that too. I know that feeling, bro.
Yeah, so she doesn't go nowhere with me no more. So
I was at church a month ago, man, and one of my followers on this show. He looked 1-2 times. Cause he knew it was me. He just had to make sure. First thing my wife said, "Oh."
Right. My wife always said, "You coming right back, right?"
Working on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we appreciate your family. We appreciate you,
man. Like I said, I appreciate y'all having me on, man. It's been a blast. Let's do it again.
Hey man, I agree. Smitty, we can't hear you. You don't put yourself on mute, or maybe Raheem Morris don't mute your microphone.
Can y'all hear me now?
Oh, we can hear you now.
Okay, let me say this last thing, and Moody. We got to give a shout out to 1990 Gang because they support us wholeheartedly.
They do.
Give a shout out to Squid Billy. Give a shout out to John Fricky.
Yep.
Hugh Douglas when he was there. He used to give us shout outs. So
Mike Johnson.
Dylan Matthews.
Yeah, Dylan Matthews. So it's just
they back us, man.
We do
Mike Conti.
Mike Conti. I'm so my goodness. Yes, Mike Conti. How can I ever forget? Great interview with Mike.
Steve Holman. I mean, I can just keep going. But 92.9 Game, they have been, more than
generous
with their time.
Sacrificing some time. So now 680. I'm still waiting on you.
But look, I'm out of breath. So Chris,
close the show. One last shout out.
My bad. Go ahead.
You okay? Shout out to all the other content creators, man, that work hard on keeping the fan base together and not insulting one another, not bashing one another. Nobody's all going to agree, right? We all know that. That's what fanship is about. But the fact that we're able to sit and come together and talk about Falcon football, which is the ultimate agenda. I mean, it's all about spreading positivity through the fan base. We can be mad at the team, but guess what? We have no power over changing the team. All we can do is sit back and talk about it. So shout out to everybody who keeps this fan base glued together, because right now, man, our fan base is not looked at positively, so in a positive way. So as long as we stay together, man, they can keep talking all they want.
Keep on talking. We're gonna keep on pushing.
But Chris, like I said, man, I'm out of breath. Take us up.
Hey, man. Well, it's been another great Tuesday night. It is almost 9:30 at night. So again, hope you guys will find your peace today. But hey, make sure you guys join us Sunday, because we will have the post game back at the regular scheduled programming, because we have a 1:00 game. So we're going to hopefully be talking about the win that the Falcons do. It's an improvement.
Solomon had one last question. Solomon had one last question about the Hawks. He said, "You excited about the Hawks tomorrow?"
Oh, absolutely, man. I'm definitely excited about these Atlanta Hawks, because I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to do it briefly. The Atlanta Hawks have made moves to, to push out of that play-in, aka the Atlanta Hawks Invitational, and move into the playoffs. I believe the Hawks can be a top 4 if everything goes right and clicks and gel at the right time. They can be a top 3 team. So the East is a little bit weaker. It's a little bit watered down right now with some injuries going on. But you're going to see teams like the Knicks and the Cavs. They have question marks with them as life for us. Can they replicate what they did last year? The Atlanta Hawks, they just need to stay healthy. I'm excited. Can't wait to see what they do against the Toronto Raptors. and really just the whole weekend because the Hawks played 3 games and for the rest of this week. So they have 3 games, and we're gonna see exactly what happens. I'm excited about it. But yeah, man. Again, catch us on Sunday though, because we're gonna have that post game. Me and Smitty, we're gonna talk about this win for the Atlanta Falcons and how we move forward. And again, you know what I'm saying, E-Man, appreciate you for coming on. Hey man, okay. Lisa says she's gonna be in the house for the Hawks game tomorrow. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to you. But yeah, let's get ready for the Falcons, but also good luck and salute to our Atlanta Hawks as they embark on that season tomorrow.
Facts.
Till next time, y'all. Peace and blessings to you all. And to y'all, shoot, man, we'll holler.